Hello everyone, so today in the discussion for Module 1, I will be talking about the four main topics that were covered in our lectures and readings. So for the first topic, I will be talking about identity of the countries in Latin America. The identity of these countries are composed of language, religion, culture, and gender norms, which are influenced by colonization, labor exploitation, imperialism, and resistance. This type of identity brings these countries together because you have the Spanish language that is spoken amongst most of Latin America. You have the religion of Roman Catholicism, which is very popular in these countries, the culture with the foods and the gender norms for women mostly. So that is something that brings these countries together, and that you can actually study them as a whole Latin American study. The second type of topic that we're going to be covering right now is the land. So it's literally the geographical features and the types of lands and climates. So throughout Latin America, you have a variety of types of climates, such as tropical climates and more, and also some geographical features such as the mountains and whether it snows or not, and rainforests. So it is a really broad topic to talk about the overall climate and geographical features of Latin America. So I believe that it's easier to separate them into the countries and talk about the country's main climates and geographical features. So the third one is going to be the size and population. Size and population is something that is really difficult to talk about the whole of Latin America. This is because you have countries that are the size of a continent and you have countries that are the size of an island within Latin America. So this makes it really hard to talk about the overall size and population of Latin America and how it affects it. So we have two different examples from the book of countries within Latin America and their populations. So for Brazil, which is the largest one, it's 196 million people. And for Uruguay, which is the smallest one, is only 3 million. So that gives a sense of how there is a gap between these two countries and how it differentiates how you can study them or how you can talk about them. And the fourth one, and I believe the most important and touched upon in this module, is ethnicity and race. So I like the comparison that our book made of how the US says that they are the true melting pot, but I believe that Latin America is really the true melting pot because you have a different amount of people and descendants and all of these things that incorporates who Latin American people or Latinos are. So the most touched upon in our book are indigenous, European, and Afro descendants. These are mainly the three majority of ethnicities and races in Latin America, but you also have the mestizos, which are people that are mixed, such as with indigenous and European, or European and Afro-descendant, or indigenous and Afro-descendant, which was the case of Lélia Gonzalez, which was a Brazilian feminist that fought for women's rights, Afro-descendants people's rights, and all of these issues that were very touched upon in the second article that we were about to read. So to wrap it all up, there's the Calle 13 song, and they basically just showed all of these aspects in just one song and one music video. They showed the different types of lives people can have in Latin American countries, such as being rural or being in an urban environment. They also showed different types of languages within this music video, which was Spanish, Portuguese, and Quechua. And it just showed how it can all bring it together as even though we are different, we can all be together as one because we have these similarities. And I think that is really important for our purpose in Module 1.